Good morning, you guys. Hi and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new reaction video, and we're gonna start this day off with checking out a video called The Punch That Terrified Everyone. And then it says the secret punch that terrified everyone, including Mike Tyson. So yeah, I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get straight into this video. All right, you guys, let's see what punch they talking about.
How was he punching? Was it hurting you?
Like a thunder, he punches like a mule kick. Unbelievable. Excuse my French. Oh my God.
Welcome back to Quick Hits here on BLTV Extra. On this series, we take a break from our longer documentary-style videos to briefly recap a fighter's career of note. On today's video, we turn the clock back to 1986 and scrutinize one of the hardest punching heavyweights of recent decades, with a primary focus on the infamous smash punch that was unique to his own repertoire.
Smash punch?
Dropping a like on the video would help us out a bunch, so please consider it if you enjoy our content. Here now, the frightful power of Donovan "Razor" Ruddock.
Donovan, the king of Jamaica.
Ruddock was born in St. Catherine, Jamaica during the early 1960s. Jamaica was a tough country to grow up in this era, with the gangs and drug dealers more or less running the country.
They then smuggle the guns to Jamaica, where they are used to control the neighborhoods through violence, intimidation, and murder.
In 1974, his parents made the conscious decision to move to Toronto, Canada, where Ruddock, a now overgrown teenager, joined a local boxing gym and took to the ring like a duck to water. As I'm sure many of you are aware, Ruddock wasn't the only young man learning his trade in Canada during this period. Britain's own Lennox Lewis was also making waves as an amateur in the Great White North, and the two Jamaican descendants would go on to face each other in 1980, where Ruddock gained a decision over the future Hall of Fame legend.
The infamous smash.
Well, Sam, you have to give both of these guys credit. There's so much at stake.
Oh hell no! No way! What was that?
What an impressive performance by Razor Ruddock. This is the best young heavyweight prospect.
I got goosebumps in my legs.
Most fighters could only dream of scoring such a brutal knockout, yet from 1986 to 1991, this was just another day in the office for Razor Ruddock.
There's no doubt in my mind that Ruddock is really
George
a good
Foreman,
hard
right?
puncher. Now, Ruddock is a very hard puncher.
That's like his signature? That's what they called it? The lefty! Shout out on the lefty!
There's two lefts, hit him on the right. Left. His attack is very, very vicious.
Oh, we see? Oh, yeah.
During a 5-year period, Donovan scored 16 consecutive knockouts, each and every one being set up by the smash. The punch today is closely resembled by the shovel hook, a sort of uppercut slash hook that is usually thrown to the body
It
from
reminded me a little bit of the uppercut, but still.
45-degree angle while keeping your elbows nice and tight to your head.
With the
Donovan was different for the fact he could throw the shot from any angle, with his elbows at any distance. And to top it off, he was predominantly a headhunter. It was entirely against the grain, but that's what made it so successful.
Plus, the impressive string of knockouts have put Razor Ruddock on the cutting edge of stardom.
Despite beating 3 former world champions, Ruddock was struggling to get a title shot. Evander Holyfield looked the most likely to entertain the idea, but changed his mind at the last minute and elected the more lucrative option in George Foreman. Yet, there was another man lingering around the division.
Tommy?
He wasn't a world champion anymore,
No.
but still considered the very best in his category. Perhaps even pound for pound.
Mike!
Fight, and instruct the world because I'm the best fighter in the
Bye-bye,
world.
you guys.
Tyson needed a marquee win himself after suffering his first career loss to Buster Douglas. Ruddock was in the right place at the wrong time. Or was he? On January 18th, 1991, it was announced to the world that Mike Tyson would take on Donovan "Razor" Ruddock on Showtime Championship Boxing.
Never beat me. That particular guy, Razor Ruddock, don't care how good he is, don't care if I died or something, and he became the best. And he could beat anybody and he obliviates, he could never beat me.
Ruddock was a respected contender at this time, but Mike didn't seem too worried about Ruddock's newly found reputation.
die doesn't count.
Harsh words, but a true reflection of Tyson's mindset at the time. Being a student of the sport, Tyson knew precisely the danger
Did I hear that correct?
the Jamaican posed, yet nothing but a vicious knockout would add to his already illustrious profile.
He's mad. He has really got a head of steam going. I think he wants to get this guy out of here as fast as he can.
Both men weighed in terrific shape. The world was ready for a toe-to-toe battle.
Round 1 scheduled for 12.
The
difference in size
Oh.
immediately apparent.
Associate Minister
This is good quality.
Tyson hitting afterwards. And the bad foot carries over.
Tyson came out like a man trying to make a statement. He bashed around Ruddock and scored an early knockdown, although the referee, Richard Steele, should have seen that it was nothing more than a slip and trip. In round 3, Tyson put his man down once again, this time in clean fashion as he caught Ruddock with a nice counter left.
There's a left by Ruddock.
Lefty again!
A Mike Tyson highlight reel is incomplete without that look of, what the hell am I doing fighting this guy, right across Ruddock's face. However, it'll never tell the story of what actually happened in the fight.
Oh, a big left by Ruddock to stay on his feet.
You see Tyson ducking some?
Here
Woo!
comes Razor Ruddock out of nowhere.
Came awake after all that punishment and inflicted some hard punishment again.
A left uppercut by Razor Ruddock.
Taking some too. He be taking him like a champ.
Hit me again, and he did with a right. At the bell sound.
Ruddock finally
Mike is
found his
different.
range. The smash was landing, Tyson's knees were buckling, and Donovan was racking up the points. Round 6
Oh
was
my
dominant
God,
for
what
Ruddock,
is he
with a
doing?
few thudding shots
I
on the
got
bell
goosebumps on
ending
my
with a
legs,
shove
guys.
and a disrespectful stare at the former champ. In retrospect, perhaps making him angry was the wrong decision, as the next round would be the last. And it wasn't the Jamaican with his gloves on.
Finish him, Mike.
Save out of Tyson. Ruddock coming back. Now Tyson with a big left. But Razor Ruddock, I'm sure, winning over a lot of people here for withstanding this kind of barrage. Now the right combination. Steele steps in. Is it over?
Shout out to Donovan. He's like, why?
Tyson
Why?
has defeated Razor Ruddock. Here in the
There's no doubt Ruddock was on his last legs, but even Tyson admitted in the post-fight interview that the stoppage was premature.
put him out.
How was he punching? Was it hurting
Like
him?
a thunder, he punches like a mule kick. Unbelievable. Excuse my French, please. Oh my God. He was hurt pretty bad. I would love to finish. He's at the moment where he's really hurt.
But you see, he still can talk, and he's still on his feet, and he's still conscious. Really, I think that's premature because you should have been allowed to finish him if you could.
I believe so also, but I can't make judgment for Richard Steele. He's an experienced referee, as you know, probably the most experienced in the world. And who am I to make judgment to him? I can't judge him because I'm not his peer.
Steele wronged Ruddock once again, and there was only one way to settle the score.
Mike Tyson said it doesn't count unless he's dead.
But he's still alive, so we gotta do it again.
All right, now.
Oh, another with the revenge? Oh my God.
I think you could argue, in all 40 Tyson fights to this point, Ruddock was his most robust victory, which makes the rematch just 3 months later that much more admirable.
Championship.
You know, talk about unnecessary risk. Here's Tyson. He's already #1. He's already going to fight for the title. What's he got to gain? Nothing. What's he got to lose? Everything. And the opposite for Ruddock.
Some words were exchanged before the bout, Tyson saying Tyson things. However, these two knew there was never going to be a one-sided victory for either man. There was an undertone of respect amongst the trash talk before the first bell would ring for the second time.
You're sweet. I'm gonna make sure you kiss me good with those big lips.
The hard-hitting Donovan
Wait,
Razor
Oh my God.
To sum up
Mike.
the rematch in 3 words, all-out war.
Almost disdained. Ruddock is not tying up Tyson. Very damaging. Carried to half.
Big right by Tyson.
Mike going in.
Ruddock up an overhand right.
Tyson started stronger once again and floored Ruddock in both the second and third rounds, identical to the first fight. As Donovan laid on
staring
the
him
canvas
down,
smiling, which he seemed to do far too often, he kept the fact his jaw was broken to himself.
Jaw broken. Oh my God.
And they continue.
I never saw anybody get up off the canvas as well as Razor Ruddock does. He keeps getting up off the canvas. There goes the mouthpiece.
So, yeah,
Fourth round. Oh, tremendous uppercut by Donovan.
Ruddock fought a further 9 rounds with a busted jaw. Tyson landed heavy shots at every moment, but was met with a smash before he could deliver the final blow.
Sucking air, looking for that second win. Now,
Oh, they round
here's
7?
another left. Done.
Look at my beautiful movement.
Time to start his offensive. Oh, what a hook by Ruddock.
And back comes Tyson.
Ruddock had his moments, but Tyson is an ATG for a reason. The Brooklyn-born slugger proved his doubters wrong and earned the hardest points decision of his
Hell
career.
of a heart to come back from some of those shots. This guy hit you some major shots.
Hey, man, that's what it's all about.
And you have got to have some kind of award from getting up from knockdown smiling. You must have the record of getting up smiling from
I
knockdown.
got so much goosebumps. Look at him.
Tyson ended his post-fight interview saying Ruddock was a tough guy and would have a future, which was sadly wrong for the fact Ruddock's resilience would never be the same.
Legacy?
After the Tyson clash, Ruddock bounced back with back-to-back victories over Greg Page and Phil Jackson. Lennox Lewis was the next man to offer Ruddock a title shot, but completely wiped the floor with him, ending any future high-profile bouts in the second round. For the remainder of his career, there were huge chunks of inactivity. Tommy Morrison sent him to another dimension in 1995, which put the final nail in his career coffin. He did fight on, much longer than expected, only hanging up the gloves as recent as 2015. That isn't how he should be remembered, though. Ruddock was a freak athlete, the first generation of modern-day big men. His punching power was on the elite spectrum. If he had faced any other champion from 86 to 92, he would have held a championship belt, I have no doubt.
Oh, that was the video. Oh, so the fight after Mike just didn't go too well after that. That's how I understood it. Jeez. His signature punch, though, what was it called? Smash punch, something like that. That one was crazy. But yeah, much respect to him though for even doing it a second time against Mike. Like, to both, it was good sportsmanship. I love to see that. It was beautiful. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did. And if you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.